Okay, so my name is Łucja. I'm from Łódź in Poland, and I study law at the law faculty in University of Law of Łódź. And right now I'm on Erasmus exchange in Valencia in Spain, and I'm studying also law at law faculty in Universidad de Valencia.
Lucia, why did you choose University of Łódź?
The reason I chose University of Łódź is pretty basic, because I chose it because Łódź is my home city, and Łódź has one of the best law faculties in Poland, so that was another reason.
Why did you enter this university? It was difficult?
So in Poland, after high school, we have a matura exam. We have some mandatory subjects like Polish, maths, foreign language, but we can also choose more subjects depending on what faculty and what studies we want to apply to. And depending on what subject you choose, and depending on your exam results, you can apply for any faculty in any university in Poland. So, for example, for me to apply to the faculty of law in Łódź, I needed to pass Polish, maths, English, and geography exam. It wasn't very hard. I believe the hardest part to be a student is to study when you're already at the faculty and you're already studying for your exams during your college. It's not hard to enter the university.
You Erasmus in University of Valencia. How did you get it?
So actually my friend convinced me to join her for her Erasmus exchange. So we both decided to go to Valencia for our Erasmus. Erasmus is a giant chance for students, and I would never be able to go abroad by myself without any support. So I'm glad that my home university was and still is very helpful with the whole Erasmus thing. So before the Erasmus itself, before the flight to Valencia, we had a lot of documents to fill and sign, a lot of paperwork to do, a lot to prepare before the exchange, but it was definitely worth it.
Your first days in Valencia, what difficult did you have, and your life in Valencia like eyes of students?
So the first thing I've noticed was the weather. It's absolutely amazing, and it's a big difference from what I have back in home in Poland. Here the weather is absolutely beautiful, and how open-minded and helpful Spanish people are. They are absolutely amazing, and I was surprised how open they are. My biggest and actually the only difficulty I had was the Spanish language. The language barrier here, it's giant. I knew just a few Spanish words, and most Spanish people don't speak English, or their English is not very well. So it was hard for me to do basic stuff like buying my phone card, or getting into the university, or buying stuff at groceries. So yeah, that was the biggest difficulty I had.
What can you say about University of Valencia?
Universidad de Valencia is one of the oldest surviving universities in Spain, and the oldest in the Valencian community, and is regarded as one of Spain's leading academic institutions. It has 18 schools and faculties located in the 3 main campuses. Each one allocates different academic departments and offers undergraduate, official master's, and PhD programs. The University of Valencia offers degrees in almost all of academic fields: arts, humanities, engineering, health sciences, and social science.
And what is difference between University of Valencia and University in Poland and Łódź?
There were many differences between both, too many to mention them all. For example, here, law degree takes 4 years to complete. In Poland, it's 5 years. The second difference is the way of teaching. In my home university, we don't have so many assignments during the academic year. Here I have, during the whole academic year, every weekend, I have a lot of small assignments, small exercises to do. That's the thing I'm not used to, so sometimes it's hard. Another thing is a timetable. In my home university, I have one subject once a week, rarely 2 times a week. Here, every subject is 2 times a week. And like I said before, there are too many differences that I could talk about them for the next hours. But being here showed me a different way of learning and living, so it's a nice experience to have.
What are your monthly expenses in Valencia, like student?
Okay, I want 500, 600 euro per month, but it all depends. I'm sharing a room with my best friend, and we are paying around 400 euro per month for both of us, so it's 200 euro each. My phone costs me 15 euro per month. Public transport costs me around 30 euro, 40 maybe. When it comes to groceries, it all depends. It's a whole another story. It depends on how much you eat and what you like to eat. Of course, cooking by yourself is way cheaper than eating out. And there are a lot of other expenses that I was not really aware of. And a lot of expenses that I'm making because I'm living here, so we don't know what you will have to buy one day. That's an important thing to notice, that I'm not a very club person, so I'm not going out to club every night. So it's also because clubs are also expense that you need to do if you want to go to clubs. It's around 20 euro for an interest. But one thing needs to be said. Definitely, my Erasmus scholarship is not enough, and I was working before coming to Spain, so I had some money for it. But yeah, scholarship is not enough.
What plans do you have about your career later?
So after I'm on my 4th year in Łódź, so I have 1 more year to writing my master thesis, and after writing my master thesis, I want to take an exam and start learning to become a prosecutor. But we will see what the future holds. So when it comes to all Europe, I will probably focus on Spain because I'm here, so it's easier for me to give advices on Spain. So the first thing, if you for sure want to go to some specific country for Erasmus exchange, start learning the language. You won't regret it. Even basic knowledge of the language can help a lot and will help a lot, mainly with everyday life and basic stuff. The second one is to do research. For me, there were so many things that I had no idea about and I was not aware of, and research helped me a lot, especially when it came to packing my baggage, buying accommodation and preparing for the whole Erasmus experience. The third advice is to text people who were on Erasmus program in one of the countries that you want to go to, or people who are living there. They will help a lot, especially with like I said, finding accommodation, preparing for your life there, packing your baggage. Because, for example, I had no idea that in Spain in winter it's pretty cold, so I thought that it's warm all the time, but it's not. So people helped me to pack my baggage, and now I'm almost ready for any kind of situation here. Don't rely on your English knowledge. That's the fourth advice. I thought that in Valencia I will mostly use English, but it came out that I'm mostly using Polish with my friends and Spanish in everyday life. So in shops, restaurants, public transport, other public places. So English, it's of course a great language to know and it's very important. But for example, in Spain, it's not always very useful. And the fifth advice is that if you are insecure about the exchange and you're not sure if you will make it, if you are able to make it, find a friend and take him or her with you. After a month of being here, I can say how comfortable is living here with a close friend and with a close person. I don't miss my home so much. I always have someone to talk to, and even if something goes wrong, we always help each other, we have each other, and we can complain together about something, so it's way easier to be here together.